Check this out. It's called a diamond painting. And it consists of 1,000,000, okay, maybe that's a bit of an exaggeration, little tiny beads that you apply with this little silly dabber tool. And I commissioned my mom for the low price of $0 to make this for me. And it probably took her 1,000,000 hours as well. And I sent her the little file, you know, the logo. This is red, black, yellow, white, and maybe some light yellow. But somehow she ended up with like this many different colors. Anyway, that is awesome. And I need to get that framed. Shout out to a mother. I'm Mike Dimas, and this is Pinball Shenanigans. Alright, let's get back to work on this playfield. Don't these one-way gates look so pretty? Oh, don't you be doing that to me. There was one that was being sticky and I thought I resolved that, but maybe a little super lube on the ends there if needed. See that? Look at that, you little bugger. So that means maybe once in a blue moon, if the ball comes around here, hits this, it might end up back down the shooter lane. So add that to the list, I guess, because once I put the plastic on, it'll not be very accessible. 2 screws, and I can mess with this as much as I want right now. So I think I'll do that. So I think I'm going to start working on the mechanics today. I'm going to replace this broken kicker arm. Probably rebuild the pop bumper, those drop targets, and just kind of start with that. But this thing is looking real nice. And before long, the cabinet should be home. Just got to wait for some metals to come back, and then Kevin has to populate inside of the head and the cabinet with all the metal bits, transformer, ground braid, all that good stuff. Anyway, oh yeah, I should start with reassembling my spinner. Hey, you want to do a quick little unboxing? I've been doing a lot of Happy Meals lately, and these are the toys I got in the last run. Little, what were they called? Lil Donalds. So those are adorable. And the last couple of Happy Meals I got come with Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles meets Hello Kitty and Friends. So I've not seen what this is all about yet. I still have a whole bunch of Squishmallows. I have a lot of kids' meals. They're cheap. And the portion isn't crazy, so I feel like I'm not kind of overdoing it. I do love me some Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. I don't know about Hello Kitty style. So red is what? We got Leonardo, Donatello, Michelangelo, Raphael. Red, I think, is Raphael? Donatello, I think, is purple. Michelangelo, I don't know. It's been a while. This looks like the same box, so it could be the same dude. It would be kind of cool if it was a different dude. No, it's the same. You know what? I think I know someone who likes Hello Kitty and might want this, so this might be going to Julie. Anyway, if I get any more of these guys, then we'll do another unboxing. But that guy can go right there for now. Alright, spinner is installed. Switch is cleaned. And now that I've got the playfield swapped over on the rotisserie here, we can have a closer look at the hardware and architecture. I'm seeing some interesting stuff, like this whole out-hole kicker assembly is not something I've ever seen before. It's a pretty thick piece of metal here, this bracket, so that's kind of unique. This whole multi-ball trough system here, very early, I'm assuming is probably similar to Flight 2000 and 9-ball. These flipper mechs are definitely first time I've seen these. I'm still going to figure out why there is a second switch on the stack here that's not wired up. It's on both sides. Hey, we could look over here. Actually, those parts are probably missing. No, check it out. There is a switch stack there. And it is also not wired up. What about this side? That one's wired up. So, I figure out what is going on with that. That's weird. Hopefully, I've got everything I need and I don't need to rob much off that playfield. But these assemblies appear to be in good shape. Not cracked. They're like a thick plastic. And then these slingshot assemblies look pretty standard. We've got drop target bank over here. This housing kind of looks a little different than what I'm used to seeing. Here's our broken kicker that we're going to have to access. Might have to remove this in order to get to that. Here is a pretty traditional looking pop bumper assembly, this plastic housing. And often the corners are broken. Usually at least 2 corners. But this looks to be intact, so that's good news. And what do we have here? I think that's the kick out of when you shoot your ball into the little load zone. So it'll kick the ball out to the upper playfield and then into the lanes there. And then we have the ball walker mech. I read that it's different than the one on Flight 2000. I think Stern used it in like free fall or split second. Maybe it was free fall. And Viper and Flight 2000. And I can tell you, it's definitely different because on Viper, well, first of all, it didn't require 2 solenoids. And it was actually a lot more simple looking. This has like a bracket here, bracket here, bracket here. 1, 2, 3, 4 pivot points. It's a little more elaborate and beefy. But looks to be in good shape. I'll probably clean that up a bit. I don't know, may not need to. And then the crazy drop target assembly that requires 2 beefy solenoids. And then it's got like little nylon nuts to adjust the switches. It's different. Not seen that before. So that is a unique mech, probably only on Gamatron. Here's the other side of it. I mean, if you have one of these things break on you, then I don't know if you can find one on the old interwebs. Might be interesting to really take this thing apart and clean it up. don't know how necessary it is, but probably for good measure I should do that. There's a lot of lights I'm going to have to convert, so maybe I'll do that as well. Well, I've got it upside down on the rotisserie here. But I don't see any like signs of hackage. Everything looks to be in good shape. I don't see any like rogue wires. This is a fine example. Out of curiosity, how is the wear on this playfield? I know it's filthy, but doesn't quite have the same wear that I have. I had a little chip here. So in theory, this playfield might be in better shape than mine, minus the filth and disgust. Oh wait, what do we got here? Oh, I don't know what that's from, but that's a little sad. It's almost like someone put in some little screws there or something, so you couldn't go up here, because maybe like the ball walker mech stopped working, so they like blocked off this area. Who knows? They don't really seem that deep though. But yeah, okay. That's in good shape for the most part. There's used to be a post here that just got borrowed. Alright, anyway, I am going to start with this kicker assembly, and I may have to remove this first. We'll see. Okay, I got the drop target mech removed, and man, whoever manufactured this, I'm assuming it's Stern. I've never seen this style of drop target assembly before, and it is very well built. Maybe overbuilt. It is heavy, it is thick, it is beefy, and looks like it will last a friggin' lifetime. It appears to be fully intact. None of the feet, the drop targets are chipped, but these are totally Gottlieb style drop targets. So that's interesting. It's got this weird little spring return system here where it just kind of hooks onto that. That's different. Yeah. Very unique mech. This label was kind of peeling off, so I just taped it on there so it could stay there in case we ever need to refer to it, or someone does in the future. 011661 NB 1900. Whatever that means. Whoever made these coils, we don't know. It's got the beefy diode on there. Like overkill again. What is it? A 1N5402? I'm used to using the 1N like 4007s. But anyway, nonetheless, this will clean up. Definitely filthy. Needs a bath. And I will clean up these switches. I just left them on the playfield here. Just 2 screws to remove those, so that's nice. The fish paper is still very much intact. So I'll clean those up, and then before I install it, I'll deal with this guy. Alright, I think I got this thing dismantled enough to get at everything. Pretty greasy down there, and the drop targets, I don't know, maybe if I have new ones, I'll just pop them in. It might be easier. I'm just debating, do I want to go ultrasonic cleaner with this? Oh, it's going to fall apart on me. Or by hand. This part, probably do by hand just as easily. Anyway, that's what it looks like, all disassembled. Lots of bits and parts. Okay, well, they are definitely Gottlieb-ish targets, but they're not identical. Look at the opening here is bigger. So, no biggie. I'll just clean these guys up, but fun facts. Okay, I am going to bust out the ultrasonic cleaner and stick these parts in it. I gave them these guys a bit of a rinse just to get off the crustiest of crust. And I'm just going to set this in like that. It's not going to cover the top pieces, but I don't really care about the top inch. I mean, I can wipe that down. It's all that intricate stuff down there that I don't want to clean by hand. I mean, I could disassemble the thing further, but that's what the ultrasonic cleaner is for. So, just waiting for this to come up to temperature. And in the meanwhile, I did remove the kicker assembly. This is definitely a game plan style coil, which is kind of weird. Then we got Pinstar coils. Then we've got quality coils. And what is that one? Pinstar as well. So quite an array of coils here. But in my slingshot bin, I found a perfect candidate. This guy's gonna get a new arm with a nylon head. I could throw that in the ultrasonic cleaner too, but probably just clean this up while I'm waiting for the other stuff to clean, so then I can at least reassemble this. Alright, new kicker arm cleaned up and assembled. Okay, I have the ultrasonic cleaner running, so hopefully the audio isn't too screwy, so I'll make this quick in case it is. See the arm here, how it is straight. See the arm here, how it is thicker. It tapers. That means this doesn't fit and line up in the hole because it is a slightly different style arm. So you can see the holes just do not line up. I mean, I measured this hole. It appears to be the same length, 1 inch, but when you compare that to this guy here, I don't know, it seems a little bigger, but I don't know, man. I don't have any like skinny arms. All I've got are tapered. These are very weird and unique kicker arms that Stern used here with the metal head. So I think I'm gonna just try and file out the hole a little bit, do some more Playfield damage. Okay, so I struggled a little bit. I filed a lot. And I gotta get this call. Alright, that was the infamous Shane Jackson of Maple Pinball struggling with Dracula missed opto issues. Haven't we all? That is a very complex mech that is very troublesome. Anyway, so have a look here. Everything is hunky-dory now. Just had to file that out a little bit. It's just a wider arm. If I had just moved all the screws, I could have possibly did that, moved the whole thing. Well, no. If I moved this plate a little bit up, I would have had to probably move this a little bit. And filing was the lesser of all the evils, so I can check that off the list. Alright, how did everything turn out here in the ultrasonic bath? Look at these in some light. I wiped them down, rinsed them off, but that's looking pretty good. What about this guy? Oh yeah, that is a significant improvement. And I didn't have to go and scrub in every nook and cranny, so money well spent on the ultrasonic cleaner. Could clean up this fuzz a little bit because that wasn't in the bath. So I'll do that and then reassemble this thing. All right, assembly is done. Everything's looking good. I'm happy. Except this is a weird design, man. I don't know why they did it, but this is not rectangular. Look at this. You see that? The gap here where my finger is like twice as big as the gap on the right side. This is like trapezoidal. It's very displeasing to my OCD. But there's obviously a reason they did that. But that is just weird. But I'll try and demonstrate. That screw's not in because the switch plate has to go there, but here we go. Let's see if I can demonstrate. Yep. And then reset. Boom. There we go. All right. I'll install that. Actually, I'm not going to install it because everything's so clustered here that I think I need to deal with the pop bumper assembly first before I can reinstall it. So let's take this apart, clean it, and try and access that LED. All right, we got a couple problems here, Houston. One, you can't just remove the pop bumper without removing the pop bumper cap. So I got to do that topside, and that is a pain in the butt. Problem number two, kicker head. Don't look like it's going to be doing a whole lot of kicking. So I think maybe I do have to move the whole bracket forward a little bit. Just, I don't know, maybe a centimeter. That's really dumb. I don't know how that ever worked in the first place because the arms are pretty identical. So it's a bit of a boggles my mind a little bit. And how did it break? Just because it was hitting air 1,000 times? So weird. Alright, so I gotta fight with this, so I'll be back. Oh yeah, another thing I noticed is that there was only one wire going in here to the lamp socket, which broke off when I was messing with it. And the other wire is non-existent. But I compared to the other Playfield, and this red wire here goes from like one of these general illumination sockets, and that feeds into the pop bumper lamp socket. So I don't know whatever happened to that wire. Doesn't look like there was ever one here, but I can just jumper one from here to there. So add that to the list. I'm pretty sure that this was screwy from the factory. That's why I had to, file out the back side of the hole. It wasn't the hole's fault, it was the alignment fault. And as you can see from this hole here, that I had to move the whole thing up a little bit. And hopefully that works. I did a bunch of testing, but you never know until you assemble it all, so we will see. Okay, I was able to use the same holes for the bracket, so that's promising. Because everything is so tight, I didn't really want to have to move it and then go to install the drop target bank to find out that I moved this in a spot that collides with the drop target assembly, but it slings without any obstruction. So, it's a little bit of an angle there, the link, but that don't matter. What matters is that the kicker head actually pushes the rubber out. So that should actually work. Alright, I did some tab squeezing and I did some prying. And was able to get the cap off without breaking anything, so that's nice. Weird design, Stern. Weird design. And look what I found. Some giant flathead screw. That's weird. Oh, look. I've got some stuff unscrewed from the bottom, so I can remove that now. But as you can see, there's no lamp socket in here. But we know that there was one at one point, so somebody at some point removed the lamp socket and maybe lost a screw and used what they had. So I am going to, I should be able to, can I pull that through? It would be nice if I could, Stern. Alright, I'm going to find out, and we'll get this all sorted out eventually. Alright, that was the key to success there, was the pop bumper cap removal. See these holes? No threads. So if you wanted to just add a standard pop bumper cap, you could change the body, and it may just do that actually. Maybe like a clear blue would be something cool to add. So I'll check my pop bumper cap stash. And you know, might be a little brittle. Doesn't look too bad. But I'll clean this up and see what I can figure out here. I'm gonna probably hardwire in an LED as well. Screw the socket. Alright, I got the thing apart. And I'm gonna give it a clean. It's pretty filthy actually. Pretty gunky. Give it a new coil. I already cleaned up the coil a little bit. It was worse. But oh, also the corner is cracked. One of them only, so I'll crazy glue that as well. Okay, everything's cleaned up. Skirt, base. This is going to be a new sleeve. This old body here is going bye-bye. I'm going to use this new one where screws will actually go in. And then I can actually use one of these. Lots of colors to choose from. And don't have to worry about the compression fit crap anymore. Oh, I gotta get myself a LED as well. Get that ready to wire in. But time for reassembly. Alright. This is garbage. This is probably garbage. Or maybe I'll save that with this and just, I don't know. Maybe someone with a Gamatron wants to keep this, so I'll set that aside. This, I'm not setting aside. So this is all reassembled, cleaned up, in tip-top shape, and check this out. No socket. Straight hardwired LED. And I got some real long leads, so I don't have to fight under the playfield to solder those on. I got all kinds of room. Once I screw this base on, then I will add some crazy glue, add this piece, and screw that on. So, I think we're ready to go. Oh, you checking out the Gamatron? What do you think, Ellie? What do you think? Huh? Is everything up to your standards? Oh, I thought you were gonna go right in there. She definitely likes boxes and bags. Well, are you gonna go up to your perch? Or you just come in for a quick little visit? Alright, well, thanks for the visit. We'll see you again soon. Okay, pop bumper assembly is reinstalled. This corner is crazy glued. Got one LED wire coming out. It's gonna go on to the purple lug there. The other old white wire I got rid of, and this one's fed through here, and it is going to go on to the white lug of that general illumination. So I got coil to solder back on, 4 wires to solder on, and then the pop bumper is finally done. Then I can install my drop target bank and call it a night. Okay, finally getting nearer to the finish line for tonight. This guy's soldered, this guy's soldered, this wire is fed nicely and soldered right there. Boom. This other wire is fed nicely and soldered there. Boom. And now I just, oh yeah, I also, this is kind of interesting too. It's like 2 lamp sockets tied together for, I guess, extra brightness. Maybe they alternate back and forth. If that's the case, then it might be cool to go blue and white. I don't know, though, and won't find out until we get this thing powered on. But since this is pretty inaccessible, I thought I'd throw on those LEDs there for now. All right, maybe I'll do these 2 guys too. No, those are general illumination. Never mind. Drop target time. I feel like I've been down here for like 4 or 5 hours, and what did I do? Installed a spinner. We did the drop target bank. We did the kicker, slingshot, and we did the pop bumper. So we did 1/62nd of the bottom of the playfield. And yeah, good thing I did those LEDs, because I don't know how the F I would have accessed them otherwise. That would have been a pain in the butt. I mean, I guess I could just unscrew them, but still, you know what I mean, burn. So, before I forget, Kevin sent me some photos, progress on the Gamatron cabinet. We got legs, we got leg levelers, leg bolts, cabinet protectors, we got the back door, we've got all the guts, the ground wiring, the transformer, the all the goods have been installed. Not completely done yet, we're still waiting on some metals, but have a look at these photos. In the meanwhile, I'm going to turn the playfield over and see what things look like. Alright, everything I worked on is right in this quadrant. We got spinach. We've got kickage. That can go back on now. Hopefully I move that forward enough so that it kicks good. Then we've got droppage and resettage. Which side are you on? This is hard to do blind. Let's go back around this side. We need to see it reset. That is half of the satisfaction. Oh, here we go, here we go. There we go. One more. One more. Oh boy. One more. What? There we go. Enthralling footage, Michael. Your viewers are just long gone by now, I'm sure. We got poppage with new body and LED. And I've got this adjusted. Should be working good. I'll dial it in if needed. And then, don't love yellow. Red. Oh, red looks good. But this is pretty scratchy and old. I'm going to need to get a better looking one than that if I want to go red. Or we have blue. Might like blue the best. You tell me what you like. And we can have a little pole. I just need a couple screws. That'll be good to go. So that's going to be it for tonight. I hope you learned a thing or two. And we'll see you on the next one. Bye-bye.